contemplate Trump care. House of Representatives will have its first committee vote on the Republicans' replacement plan for Obamacare today. We're joined for a few minutes by the official evil insurance man in the morning news, Art Jetter of Art Jetter and Company here in Omaha. Art, good morning.
Good morning.
Dead on arrival, Obamacare light. That's some of the stuff we're hearing from critics. From your initial review, what do you think of this Republican plan in the House? Are you there?
Yes.
Oh.
Are you not hearing me?
I hear you now.
Oh, okay.
We lost you there for a minute.
All right.
What do you think of this?
Well, I don't think it's Obamacare light. I think it's a dramatic transformation. I have some concerns and I have some compliments. I think I don't see any incentives aimed at employer-provided health insurance, and I don't see any price transparency effort. That is to say that health care pricing itself should be, I think it ought to be transparent. There ought to be something done about that. But on the other hand, this eliminates pretty much every Affordable Care Act tax on health care and health insurance related items, which should have a downward pressure on health insurance premiums. For example, a Cadillac tax is supposed to phase out. Well, it's actually been postponed till 2025. I kind of think that's going to go away. It doubles the amount of contributions that can be made to health savings accounts, while returning the health savings account penalty tax from 20 to 10%. It replaces the Obamacare modified adjusted gross income related premium tax credit subsidy. Got that?
Oh yeah.
With a refundable health insurance tax credit based on age, and the word refundable is extraordinarily important.
But only for people with $75,000 income or less.
Well, at 75, it starts to phase out. It phases out $100 for every $1,000 that your income increase is above $75,000. For families, it's $150,000.
Okay.
So it's substantial.
Oh.
And the word refundable is important because it means that you get this credit if you buy health insurance, even if you don't owe any income tax. So an example of a refundable credit would be the earned income tax credit.
Right. So this is not horrible in your view.
No. In fact, if you were to ask why is the healthcare.gov individual marketplace imploding, it's because the medicine's worse than the cure, the disease. Excuse me, because people who are making a modest income, who go into healthcare.gov, get a subsidy, but it's not going to pay for the entire policy. So then that person says, well, let's see, what's my penalty going to be if I don't buy health insurance? Oh, my penalty is a lot less than the cost of health insurance. I'm perfectly healthy. Why would I waste this money? They stay out. Mm-hmm. And while it's most important that we make sure we cover people who have health care expenses, and especially those big bills, that's extraordinarily important. But as far as health insurance premiums go, premiums are related to the average expense. So you want as many healthy people in the pool with you as you could possibly get, because that brings down prices. Well, those are the people who have been opting out of Obamacare, and this would bring them back because, I've got a $2,000 credit or a $3,000 credit. I'm going to go buy at least a policy that costs $3,000.
Right.
And I'm back in.
Before we run here, we're talking with insurance executive Art Jetter. To me, one of the elephants in the room, and there are several, Art, is that we're talking always about health care insurance costs. What would bring down health care costs? I'm talking providers, doctors, hospitals.
This was my original concern about this act because, like Obamacare, it doesn't do anything as far as price transparency. And in a competitive marketplace, you know what you're going to pay for any good or service. And we don't have that. What we have, as some people would call it, discriminatory discount pricing in secret. And
we're having a little cell issue there. Right.
Okay.
Art, let's pick this up. I would love to have you, when you're available, join Scott or Chris. There's and flesh this out a little further because there's a lot here. But I appreciate the time and the input. That's Art Jetter from Art Jetter and Company, the official evil insurance man of KFAB's Morning News. All right, so there's Raj Olson joining the party.
Yeah.
Hey, Raj?
I never get tired of that.
Well, he is.
Well,
I mean, look, all the lefties want to, they cast these
what's funny?
insurance companies
Art
as
Jetter.
Yeah, if they knew
Well,
Art,
if they met Art Jenner one time, they'd say there's no such thing as an evil
He's
insurance
one of the
man.
most
Look at this
wonderful
guy.
people ever.
He's also one of the biggest insurance people in the country.
He is. Major player for
maybe
years.
the number one insurance guy in the country.
that's the thing, because
Yeah.
I love irony, and just calling Art evil is...
Of course, that's a Limbaugh deal.
Well, I remember the time that we were trying to reach him, and he called Roger back, and he said, "I'm at an evil insurance convention
in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, in the Virgin Islands, and we're going to sacrifice the Virgin tonight.